This video isn't a tutorial on how to write a screenplay. We've got plenty of those, and this one is a bit different. It's about what happens after you've written your script. So maybe you've written your first one, maybe your 10th, or maybe you're like the person who commented on one of my videos recently and said that they've written 48 screenplays over 28 years and they've still never made it. So they talked about how the dream was over, how it's impossible to break into the industry, how no one talks about the people who fail. And honestly, it really got me thinking. So I want to talk about that, about the harsh truths, the brutal facts, and the mindset that it takes, but also the solutions, the real actionable things that you can do if you are serious about screenwriting. Number one is, yes, it's hard, but there is a difference between hard and impossible. Let's just get that out of the way. Screenwriting is hard. Making movies is hard. The entire film industry, it's hard. No one is pretending that it isn't. Writing a script takes time and energy and a whole lot of creative stamina. And that's just the start of it. That's the easy part. It's the tip of the iceberg. But hard doesn't mean impossible. The real problem is that a lot of people assume that there's only one path to success. You write a screenplay, you send it to some big production company, and then you wait. You wait for a yes. You wait for someone with power to choose you. But that's not how this works. And honestly, I don't think it ever really worked that way. That is a fantasy. That is a myth that's been passed down mostly by people who've never worked actually in the industry. And there are thousands of ways to make your mark in film, but none of them happen by sitting still and waiting for permission. So yeah, it's hard, but that's not an excuse to give up. It just means that you need to get creative. And if you are a screenwriter or a filmmaker, then shouldn't creativity be your whole thing? Number two is get out of the waiting room. If you've got a literary agent, that's fantastic. That's no small thing, but here is the trap that a lot of writers fall into. They get an agent and then they stop. They sit back, they wait, like the agent's going to swoop in and hand them their dream career on a silver platter, but that's not how this works. An agent is not a magic lottery ticket. They are a partner, a connection, a resource, but you are still the engine behind your career. If your career isn't panning out, it's because of you. You cannot afford to treat screenwriting like you are in a doctor's office waiting for your name to be called. You have to get out of the waiting room. You need to get proactive. Start finding your own opportunities. Start building your own momentum. The writers who succeed are the ones who hustle, the ones who keep moving, keep learning, keep pushing, even when nothing is happening yet. And one of the best ways to do that is to build relationships. So start connecting with other filmmakers, with people at your level, the ones grinding on their own projects, figuring things out just like you are. Because when you stop waiting and you start collaborating, then everything changes. Number three is to network. And yes, even if you are shy, you have to network. And I know if you are introverted or you are not naturally social, then you probably just cringed. But here is the thing, you don't have to walk into a film premiere and start shaking hands with producers and agents. That's not what I'm talking about. You can start small, you can start local, you can start digital. So join online filmmaking groups, Facebook, Discord, Reddit, wherever people are talking about filmmaking and writing. Just join the conversation. You don't have to be the loudest person in the room, you just have to be in the room. If you live somewhere like I do that doesn't really have much of a film industry, or you're in a small town, then you're gonna have to create your own. So seriously, like host a casual meetup at a cafe, start a writers group that meets once a month, or put up a post online that says, hey, I'm looking for other writers or filmmakers who want to workshop ideas. You only need like 3 people to get something going. Here's the part that people overlook. These aren't just practice runs. These people are your industry. They are the future directors and producers, editors, DPs who might grow into professionals right alongside you. So you are not trying to leap straight to Jerry Bruckheimer. That's aiming at the final boss when you haven't even done your tutorial mission yet. You grow with people. That is how this works. You build crew, you build network, you help each other get better, you make stuff together, and that is how you get good. That's how you move forward And that's how one day you wake up and realize, oh wow, I'm in the industry now. Number 4 is to diversify your skill set. So if the only thing that you know is how to write, it's time to start expanding. And I'm not saying that you need to become a one-person film crew overnight, but if you want your screenplays to actually become something, then you've got to learn how the rest of filmmaking works. Learn how to direct, learn how to shoot, learn how to edit, learn how to work with actors. Learn just enough about sound to not ruin a scene. You don't have to master it all, but you need to at least understand it. And this doesn't mean that you're going to give up on screenwriting, not at all. It means that you are giving your screenwriting a chance to survive in the real world. Because here's the thing, if no one is picking up your script, then you're gonna have to make the film yourself. So seriously, there's no rule that says that you can't. You're not living in 1998 where you had to wait for a studio to hand you a check and say, go ahead, champ. You are in a world where people are shooting films on iPhones, where editing software is free, where you can learn everything that you need to know from YouTube or forums or channels like this one, and there is more free information out there than ever before in history, so use it. Start small. Write a 2-minute short, 1 location, 1 actor, no budget, keep it stupidly simple. So don't worry about perfection, worry about momentum, worry about getting better. And once you've made one, make another one, and another one, and each one will be better than the last. And the point isn't to suddenly turn into a director or a DP if that's not your goal. The point is that the more you understand about how films are actually made, the better your writing will become. Because you'll start writing scripts that are buildable, scripts that make sense on a set, scripts that don't ask for 600 locations and 35 characters and a helicopter crash for no reason. The more you learn about film production, the more you become that kind of writer that people want to work with, because your scripts aren't just good, they are makeable. And sometimes the best person to make your film is you. And number 5 is stop waiting to be discovered. There's this fantasy that so many new screenwriters have, and trust me, I get it, we've all had it, this idea that your script is just sitting there, waiting, and one day, the right person, a big producer or a studio exec or a gatekeeper is going to come along, read the first page, and go, this is the one. It's a nice thought, and it really is, but it's also total shit. You are not a lottery ticket. You are not going to get picked out of 30,000 other screenplays because of how brilliant your dialogue is on page 17. It doesn't work like that. And the people who are telling you to just be patient and wait for your break, most of them have never actually broken in. So I'm going to say this clearly. Stop waiting to be discovered and start building your own career. Because even if you did get that magical call, even if someone did pick up your script and want to produce it, then what then? What happens next? Do you have a network? Do you know how a film set works? Do you have anything else to show them? Are you ready to pitch? Are you ready to collaborate? Or are you just sitting there waiting for someone else to just solve all of it for you? You need to be proactive. You need to take your career into your own hands and build a body of work. To create short films, write multiple scripts, make connections, learn new skills, be the person who is so clearly prepared that when an opportunity does come along, you don't just hope to be chosen, you are the obvious choice. And here is the bonus. If no one discovers you, it doesn't matter, because you'll already be doing it, you'll already be building, you'll already be getting better, and you'll already be creating work that people want to see. You'll be making your own opportunities. So don't be a lottery ticket, be a builder. And that's where we will pause for now. I was going to originally make this into just one longer video, but it's getting a bit long, and I thought I'd split it down into 2 videos and make it a bit more digestible for you. So far, we've talked about the mindset that you need, the importance of taking initiative, building your network, diversifying your skills, and dropping the fantasy that someone's just going to come along and discover you. So that's all step 1 stuff. the foundation. So next week in part 2, we are going even deeper. We'll talk about how to actually evaluate your writing, what to do if your scripts aren't getting traction, how to look sideways for opportunities, and how to redefine what success even means for you as a screenwriter. So if you've ever questioned whether screenwriting is still worth it or felt like giving up, then don't miss part 2. It might be the most important part of this whole thing. So that's it for now, and I will see you in the next video.